The next morning, we get up bright and early. Everyone seems to be in a more serious mood as we clean up camp. We're getting really close to the Shadow Temple on the way to what we might find there weighs on all of us. I would like to make sure that my recording is doing well. Ha! There you go. Okay, it's doing fine. After we pack up, we continue on towards the Shadow Temple. The sky is clear and beautiful, but the sun is hot. It seems to beat on the back of our necks. The path is dusty, the sand pristine, but hard to walk in. After a while, I realize I'm getting desperately thirsty. I take a swig from my canteen, thankful we packed before heading out. I wonder how Zach can manage to keep his trench coat on this whole time. Even Leanna looks a little stuffy in her armor. Kara's the only one who doesn't seem bothered by the weather. After what seems to be forever, we come across the temple ruin into the night. Ha! This looks like the forest temple, or the earth temple, sorry. Forest temple. The stones are charcoal gray. It seems to be humming with a deep old magic. I can feel it from here, something fizzy and crackling, a type of energy that settles deep within my bones without having to even enter. This is it. Leanna nods.
Yeah.
Kara grips her knives.
It's probably best we all stay close. We don't know where we're going to find Void. Or whatever else we might find in there.
Shadow Beast! I kind of wish we were playing the battle mode. I think I want to come back and play all the battle modes because I really want to know how the battles go in this game. So whenever that happens, you will probably see like a bonus Crystalline episode or two. Leanna draws her sword. Her manipulator already gives off a faint glow. I ready my sword as well.
Right. Let's get going. Everyone, stay close.
We nod and together enter the temple. I wonder... Okay, well, I heard Zach there. I wonder if... This is me thinking out loud here, but I wonder if the lines for each of the chapters were recorded separately, because it feels like, specifically Nate, with Zach's voice, he seems like progressively throughout each chapter, he was getting less and less, like, kind of raspy and deep, and more like his normal voice and just... like projecting like this, like because Zach just sounds like Nate's normal voice, but speaking from down here. So, because in the beginning he was like, "What are you talking about?" But now it's more like normal. So I'm just wondering if like that kind of hurt on his voice a little bit, and so he's kind of stopped doing it, or like didn't do the same Zach all the time. I don't know. I'm just curious about that. So like that would mean like. Chapter 1 came out, and then they would work on Chapter 2, have all the voice actors record the lines for Chapter 2 after Chapter 1 was already out, you know, etc., and then keep going. But anyway, yeah, just thinking out loud. The temple is surprisingly dark and cool. There's a gentle moaning breeze coming from somewhere. It wisps around the back of my neck like the lips of a ghost. What the fuck do you know about the lips of a ghost, you motherfucker? How can you make a simile about the lips of a ghost when you don't, like... Fuck, are you fucking stupid? You've never felt the lips of a ghost, unless you have and it's just something you're not telling me. A shiver runs down the length of me. I'm unsure if I should be thankful or frightened. How is this place so cold when it's located in a desert? Ha! Hell yeah. This is a purple. Fucking love this shit. The walls are etched... Wait. They don't look great. The walls are gray and etched with glowing lime green symbols. Hold on. Nose. The stones here look rough and uneven, but the ground is dry and clear of any sand. The only sounds here are the hammering of my heart and the crunch of our boots against stone. We stumble through the dark, taking small steps, fearful that we could turn a corner and stumble across Void at any minute. We keep inching onward. After what feels like an eternity, we stumble across an open area inside the temple. Leanna frowns.
This is strange. No one is here.
Maybe they vacated the place. Kara keeps her voice low.
Maybe they're deeper inside the temple somewhere.
Leanna's brows furrow.
Maybe. I just feel like we would have heard them or seen them by now.
Yeah, they have no guards. They're totally unsuspicious. If they're actually in here, that's badass. Zach's jaw clenches.
This could be a trap.
It is a trap. Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're smart. A chill runs down my spine.
If that is the case, it does us no good to stay in one place. It is best to move on and see if we can find Void.
I'm kind of curious
or the
what
shadow
the
elemental.
elemental looks like. What if it's a dude? I'd be so disappointed. Well, I mean, you know, I'd be weirded out, but I'd probably be disappointed, all things considered. The others agree.
Right. Now let's keep
Not,
going.
not for like, you know, the weird like, you know, like, oh, I totally want to see a hot girl, but like, just more like I'm curious what she looks like. If she's a woman. Our footsteps echo in the quiet. Zach leads the way with his guard up. Carr stays close to him while Leanna and Amelia walk with Leanna and Amelia walking side by side. I'm gonna fucking call her Amy. I fucking can't say Amelia. I take another step, and the temple seems to be getting darker as shadows curl at my feet. I squint as the light grows fainter and fainter, and the shadows grow longer and longer.
Be careful.
Leanna's voice sounds far away, but she was right next to me a minute ago. Leanna? My voice feels no echoed sound. In fact, I can't even hear my friend's footsteps anymore as the shadows thicken in the air. Where the fuck are we? Soon the darkness overtakes me and I stumble, my hands out in front of me. Amy, do you think you could light us a fire? I met with silence. Amy? Glancing around, I'm surrounded by total darkness with no signs of my friends. Only a black abyss looms in front of me. I feel the tightness as the shadows squeeze closer to me. I close my eyes and I feel the whisper of a breath on the back of my neck. Then suddenly it stops. What? What? The library is far more quiet than I would have expected at this time of night. Wait, what? The only sound is the gentle hum of the air conditioner. Whoa, that was too close. Wait, isn't this the opening sequence? I blink my eyes wide open, then I stifle a yawn as I stretch to wake myself up. Focus. Finals are just around the corner, so I can't afford to slack off. Glancing around me, I notice I'm the only person left in the study cubicles. It's getting pretty late. I'll go back to the dorms as soon as I finish this last chapter. This is the opening sequence. I flip through the book, only a few more pages to go. I can do this. Stealing my resolve, I refocus on my textbook. The words on the books blur together as my eyelids grow heavy. I fight to keep my eyes open, but my lids continue to droop. I'll just rest them for a second. Something jerks me awake and my eyes blink open. A bright light illuminates the room, blinding me until all I can see is a stark whiteness. I throw my arm over my eyes to shield it from the light. After a few seconds pass, the light seems to dim, but it doesn't feel like the same fluorescent glow of the library bulbs. This is the fucking opening sequence. Carefully, I unwind and bring my arm down, squinting at the pale blue sky. A mild breeze tussles my hair. Blades of grass tickle my neck as they wave in the wind. Where am I? I'm about to push myself off the ground when something pops into view. A round blue blob with two dark eyes blinks at me.
Boy?
What up, buddy? Why does this guy look kind of familiar? When it notices my stare, it opens its small mouth and takes a dainty bite of my nose. Hey! The creature's bite doesn't sting, but it feels like a cool splash of water. Before I can take another, I scramble to my feet. The creature tumbles off my head and falls to the ground. Once it lands, it shakes itself off with a gelatinous tremble, clearly unfazed.
Boy!
This is fucked. I'm losing it. Someone fucking give me some answers. I can't do this for much longer. Knocks on my foot and opens its mouth again, but I quickly shake it off. I rolls onto my foot into the dirt and rights itself again.
Boy!
It pounces and continues to watch me, but doesn't attempt another bite. Why is it biting me this time? I don't remember it biting me. Pongo?
Boy?
What up, buddy? I take in the scattering of trees around me. Their tall branches kiss the sky. There's a winding dirt trail which leads through the trees. As I follow my gaze, I see smoke billowing out of thatched roofs of a village in the far distance. Where the hell am I? The last thing I remember is...
Boy!
I glance down at the blue creature. What? In my response, it leaps up.
Boy!
Whoa! The Pongo jumps higher than I remember. It startles me and I instinctively step back. I don't notice the other person until it's too late. We painfully glide and I lose my balance before toppling over. Fortunately, my hands catch myself, protecting my fall. When I open my eyes, I see a woman. Her eyes are scrunched shut and her mouth is twisted in a grimace. Her long blonde hair is splayed out around her. I recognize this picture. As she lets out a small groan, she blinks open her eyes and fixes her gaze on me. Wait, she looks familiar. This girl, I know her. Wait, Leanna? She blinks.
What?
I have an uneasy feeling in my stomach. Something about her. Something that happened. Why do I feel like someone punched me in the gut? Oh my god, what a fucking... Ugh.
me!
Wow, she's pissed at me. Huh? A flash of blue light stings my eye. Suddenly I'm shoved off with a roaring wind. It groans and shoves me backwards onto the ground. Ow! Leanna scrambles to her feet. She draws her sword. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Leanna, what are you doing? Her eyes narrow.
How do you know my name?
What? Confusion washes over me. What are you saying? For some reason my heart clenches. Something about Leanna seems painful, but I can't put my finger on why that is. My stomach squirms. I rise to my feet. You don't remember me? Leanna doesn't answer. She watches me. I wonder... if he's experiencing, like, a nightmare or something like that. Or, like, a dark version of, like, what could have been or something like that. Like, what would have happened if Leanna was actually an awful person, like, or, like, maybe, she's maybe not awful, but, like, more reacted like this instead of how she did. Interesting. Leanna doesn't answer. She watches me, her gaze cool and guarded. I shift under her stare. I glance around the place. It looks like I'm in a meadow. Hey, where are we? Her defense stays up.
What do you mean, where are we?
I'm fucked, dude. Well, actually, no, I'm not, because I just broke up. It's like, I don't know. Something just feels off. Maybe you can show me the way to the... I try to remember. Where did she take me before? She led me somewhere, didn't she? Wouldn't this be LED? Led me somewhere? I don't know. The Mage Academy. Can you take me there? I'm not sure where it is anymore.
Get away from me, you creep!
Horror washes over me. What? She spins out of here with a whirl of blonde hair and dashes away. What? Wait! But it's no use. She doesn't stop. This isn't right. This isn't how I remember things going. Something is off. It has to be, but I glance around. Where am I? Why? No, I know where the fuck this is. This is Meadow Hill. Yeah. This place was called Meadow Hill. It looks the same, but somehow it feels so different. After Meadow Hill, Leanna led me to the Mage Academy where Zack and Amy joined our group, but Kara joined us somewhere else. Where was that? Ember Mist. Ember Mist, that was it! She helped us go through the Fire Temple. And we've been traveling together for a long time, but I can't shake this feeling that something significant happened recently. Where did we all last go together? Meja. That's right, the city outside of Havengard where Leanna... My mind freezes. Where she broke up with me. It feels like I was just punched in the gut. Again. All this isn't right. Leanna and I, we were together. We aren't strangers. This place, it can't be the real Meadow Hill. This can't be the real Asaria. As soon as that last thought passes through my head, the sky cracks. A shimmer of warmth rushes into Meadow Hill and it floods with white light. I cringe and shield my eyes with my hands. I jerk awake. The light is gone.
Boy!
Huh? I can feel the Pongo resting on my chest, but he just looks like a blurry blue blob. Nice. Blah, blah, blah. A blurry blue blob. I blink rapidly, forcing my vision to refocus. The Pongo's eyes shimmer with tears.
Boy!
He thought I was dead. He nudges my cheek as if trying to wake me.
Boy!
His little voice is tinged with distress. Hey, it's alright. I'm okay. The Pongo perks up at my voice. I'm just nervous about this. There we go.
Boy!
I reach out and pet the top of his head. Hey, it's okay.
Boy!
He wobbles underneath my touch. I feel him start to relax. He hops onto my shoulder, snuggling close to my neck. He thought I was dead. Again, I force myself to stand. The room sways a little. It takes me a full minute to realize I'm back in the Shadow Temple. I groan and rub the back of my head. What was that? I feel the Pongo shrug. It kind of helps my memory when I go back and edit these things. It's kind of cheating, but you know.
Boy!
So you didn't see any of that? He blinks.
Boy!
Apparently not. Was it all just a dream? I look around. Where did the others go? I blink away the rest of my bleariness from my vision, and I see the others are sprawled out across the floor. My stomach lurches with alarm. What happened? Are they hurt? Leanna's the closest to me. I stumble as I rush over to her. Wow, then you're a failure. Leanna? I reach out, attempting to shake her awake. As soon as I touch her, that same blinding light explodes in my vision. I flinch, squeezing my eyes shut. Then slowly the light begins to fade. Huh? I open my eyes. Isn't this Leanna's home? We're all seated at the table for breakfast. The tension is taut in the air.
Oh, spare me the theatrics. How could this be your dream? Don't you realize how dangerous it is to be a mage knight?
What if that was so meta? What if that was so meta? And it was because we all just established that, like, oh, they're all having dreams. So we just clearly entered Leanna's dream by trying to shake her awake. So now we're seeing what Leanna's having her nightmare about. But what if this was so meta and the dad was just like, oh, spare me the theatric. How could this be a dream? This is fucking lame. That'd be great. I love it. That's why I laughed. It was like, oh my god, this fucking dream is lame.
Yes, I do realize that. I live it every day. But at least, as a mage knight, I'm well equipped to take care of myself. I've been trained to handle danger.
He shakes his head.
You can't be prepared for every circumstance. What if you get ambushed, outnumbered, or overwhelmed in battle? What if your teammates fall and you're the only one left?
So what if that does happen? How can we live life based on hypotheticals? What if I became ill? What if I couldn't bear children? Would you still force me to get married? But if those things happened, I wouldn't be able to fulfill my duty as a lady in the House of Dawn. Then what?
Her father scowls and waves a hand dismissively.
That's not the same. Those are all based on chance. You aren't throwing yourself into situations which would allow those things to occur. As a mage knight, you're walking into those scenarios every day.
Leanna points a finger at Leon. Her voice is shrill and tries to keep her composure. I've already seen
What
this.
about Leo then? He's a mage knight who walks into danger every day. Why aren't you worried about him?
Because it's his responsibility to serve and protect as a man in the House of Dawn.
For once, Leanna's speechless silence settles over on the table like a heavy blanket. Her mother stares at her lap, as still as a statue. Leon opens and closes his mouth as if he wants to speak, can't find the words to say. Her father nods.
Now that you've come to your senses, we can discuss the details of the engagement.
No.
The rage returns to her father's face.
How many times must we go round in this endless game? When will you accept your responsibility as a lady in the House of Dawn?
Leanna's voice is scarily calm.
If this is what it takes to be a Dawn, then I don't want to be a Dawn anymore.
Then her parents laugh.
Fine.
Fuck. Oh, okay. That was funny. Oh. 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 Oh, that is good. Oh, that is funny. Shock spreads across Leanna's face.
What?
He shrugs.
If you refuse to fulfill your responsibility as a Dawn, then you have no right to call yourself a Dawn.
This is weird. Your father would never say that. None of this is right. Her father was mortified when Leanna suggested throwing away her family name before. Leanna, that isn't your father.
What?
She looks around. Can she hear me? I try raising my voice. Think about it. Your father would never say something like that. She freezes. Yes, she can hear me. Don't you think all of this is strange? Her head turns in the direction of my voice, but I don't think she can see me.
Leanna, are you listening to me?
She turns her face and her posture becomes straighter.
I understand now.
She shakes her head.
I understand now. You are not my family. My father would never say something like that.
Just like before, there's another blinding flash of light. It engulfs the room until it burns my eyes, too much to keep them open. I cringe, shielding my face. After a few moments, I feel the light slowly begin to fade. When I open my eyes again, Leanna is still on the ground. She gasps awake. Are you okay? I'm still on my knees, hovering beside her.
I think so.
Leanna lets out a deep sigh.
I'm happy all of that was just a terrible dream.
She shivers.
I know that's not how it happened, but hearing it was still unnerving.
I nod. She releases a heavy breath.
Thank you.
I nod. I figured it out first by myself. Y'all suck. I'm better than you. Wee-hoo. Sorry. Leanna glances around. She must have spotted the others because her face furrows in concern.
Are they okay? What's happening to them?
I think they're trapped inside their own illusions. When I touched you, I was able to see and hear everything going on. I think we can help them too. She nods, still visibly shaken.
Right.
I help her stand, and then we drag our way over to the others. Zack is the closest. His face is surprisingly calm. He was just cuddled up for an afternoon nap. Even so, I feel an impending sense of dread. What kind of illusion is Zack facing? I can't even begin to imagine some of the awful things he must have seen in his past as a mercenary. Are you ready? Leanna nods. Together we bend down and touch his arm. There's the same low moaning sound, a flash of light. Leanna and I find ourselves at a campsite. A few silver stars wink overhead. The air is cool and calm. Fireflies blink in the distance.
Where are we?
I'm not sure. There's an abrupt roar of laughter. We turn around and see Zack sitting around a fire with a large group of people. They all burst into another wave of laughter, and Zack joins in their merriment. I was expecting something darker, but he's actually happy. My stomach clenches. I'm not sure if that's worse or not. Zack glances over at a few cards in his hands. I notice the others are also hunched over their own cards.
Damon, do you have any sixes?
Oh my god, they're playing Go Fish! Myra gives an unpleasant twist.
Oh,
Rory crinkles between Leanna's brows.
Damon. That's his old mentor, right?
I nod. I remember some of the stories Zack told me about Damon at the inn. He looks just as humble and strong as Zack described him to be. Damon chuckles.
Not today, my boy.
Zack sighs, begrudgingly takes a card from the pile.
Hey, Zack. You don't happen to have any sixes, do you?
Dang, Vader being stupid and cheating. Zack frowns. Vader chuckles. He has the same bright red hair, but he looks younger here. A few of the marks on his face look fresh, like he got them recently. Zack grudgingly hands over his cards. A grin sprawls across Vader's face. He places down several matches.
Looks like I win again.
The others throw their heads back and groan, but they're laughing. Zack shakes his head.
You always seem to win.
Vader shrugs, feigning humility.
What can I say? I'm just lucky.
Damon clasps a hand over Zack's shoulder.
Maybe next time, Zack.
Zack smiles, looking appreciative. My stomach turns. Zack, this isn't real. Zack pauses. He lifts his head up and turns in our direction.
What's wrong?
He shakes his head.
Nothing. I just thought I heard my name.
Vader laughs.
Getting a little crazy there, Zack?
A faint blush dusts his cheeks. He shakes his head.
No, it was nothing.
Leanna frowns next to me.
This isn't good. What if he doesn't want to leave the illusion?
Guy 1, hell on, I'll put out a voice. He never said this, so I'm gonna do a voice. Hey, dinner's ready! I don't know what that was, but it's a thing now. Everyone perks up.
Oh, great. I'm starving.
One of the men passes everyone in the group a bowl of soup. Just as soon as Zack is about to dig in, someone hands Vader a bowl. It's twice the size as everyone else's. Zack barely blinks an eye. Zack is about blah, blah.
You've got to eat up there. I can't have my star pupil going hungry.
Vader flashes Damon a bright smile.
Thanks.
Damon takes a few bites of his soup.
Oh, by the way, Zack, after we're done, you can clean up for the night.
Zack blinks.
Me? But I cleaned up the last 3 times.
Damon smiles, looking apologetic.
Bear needs to have his strength to run point on the Crystal Rail mission tomorrow.
Zack blinks.
Wait,
Zack's held breath seems to leave his body.
the Crystal Rail?
Vader lets out a bitter laugh.
What? Did you think you were running point?
Realization washes over him. Zack's face pales.
That's not...
He shakes his head.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Zack looks like he's remembering. Hope flourishes in my chest. So we can help Zack. I say we help him. Help him! You ran point on that mission, Zack, not Vader. Vader betrayed you. Zack's brows furrow. I know he heard me.
I ran point on that mission.
What are you talking about?
Damon raises his eyebrows.
Zack, you're not making sense. We haven't done the mission yet.
Zach's eyes go dark. It's like his very soul has flown somewhere far, far away.
No. We have.
His grip tightens around his bowl. Damon's brows crinkle, the other stare at him.
What are you talking about?
He lets out a nervous laugh.
You're starting to worry me.
Zach slowly raises his head. His eyes are bleak.
No.
His bangs cover his eyes.
This isn't real.
Damon shifts under his gaze.
What do you mean?
Zach looks up. He seems to have trouble getting the words out.
This was nice. Seeing all of you again.
Zach. The group looks at him, but no one speaks. Zach stands up and brushes himself off.
You're leaving?
Zach nods.
I'm moving forward with my life. I'm not living in the past anymore.
He stares down at Damon. Damon finally smiles.
Take care then.
Always.
A bright light bursts across our eyes. Wow, that was nice, actually. Like a star exploded and filled the entire campsite. I flinched, throwing my arm over my eyes. The heat from the light gradually begins to decrease. I feel it start to dim. When I lower my arm, a few bright spots blink in front of my nose. It takes a few seconds for my eyes to refocus, and I realize we're back in the temple. Zach groans, slowly hoisting himself up. He rubs his head. Leanna's brows crinkle.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Despite what happened, he seems to be at peace. These illusions use our memories. A shiver runs down the length of my spine. How does this place know so much about us? Zach shrugs. He doesn't offer any answers. Leanna, meanwhile, seems just as spooked as I am.
I don't know. We'd better help the others before they slip further away.
I nod. We walk a little farther down the corridor before finding Kara. Her brown ponytail is sprawled out behind her. Her face is wrought like she's having a nightmare. She flinches as we crouch down. I notice Zach's jaw is tight. He reaches out and touches her shoulder, and Leanna and I follow suit. There's a flash of light. When it fades, I find myself standing between Leanna and Zach inside of a small room.
My decision is final.
Huh? I look up. Oh my god. Zach's standing across from Kara with his arms crossed. Wait, what? I glance at the Zach beside me, then back at the scene. Is the other Zach an illusion? Kara's eyes shimmer with tears.
Why? What did I do wrong?
You know exactly what you did wrong.
Not good enough sex. What? Kara's face crumples.
Please, don't.
She crosses her arms, hugging herself.
Please.
Don't pretend to be sorry now. You deserve to be alone. What?
What? What? This is whack. This is whack. Hold on. Thumbnail. The real Zach's face curdles into a snarl.
You bastard!
Punch him. He lunges forward and punches the fake Zach in the face.
Ow!
He stumbles backwards, clutching his nose.
What the hell?
Fury contorts real Zach's face.
What is wrong with you? What? Who are you?
Zach strikes him again, so hard his head reels to the side.
Ow! Like hell, I'm gonna let you walk away from the greatest thing that happened in your life.
The other Zach rubs his jaw. His eyes stare wide at the real Zach, and I can see the shock in his man and some weird look.
How are you even doing this?
Zach punches him again in response. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? I kind of want to say that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I want to try it. Hey, Zach. Zach looks at me. Why are you hitting yourself?
Shut up!
I'm hilarious. Car blinks.
Wait.
I'm fucking funny. Oh. It seems as though she's just now beginning to process what's going on. She looks between the two Zachs. I see the color stirring in her head, piecing everything together. Finally, she smiles. A blush dusts her cheeks.
I'm the greatest thing that has ever happened to you.
A white light shimmers. It blooms and sparkles over the entire area. Once again, we're all taken out of the illusion and find ourselves back inside of the temple. Zach growls and swings forward, his fist whistling through the air. He stumbles and rights himself at the last minute.
Where is that guy?
He whirls around, searching for him. Kara beams. She rushes over and throws her arms around Zach. Zach freezes. Kara snuggles her head into the crook of his neck.
So,
What?
I'm the greatest thing that has ever happened to you.
Zach's face flushes ruby red.
I only said that so you'd wake up.
She continues to nuzzle him.
No take-backsies.
He turns away, still red, but doesn't fight out of her grasp. I clear my throat. You guys, we still have to help Amy. Car blinks, noticing us for the first time, and her expression becomes serious. She steps away from Zach, but not before snatching his hand. He gives her a confused look as she interlocks their fingers.
Come on, let's go find Amy.
We walk a little further along and find Amelia. She's sprawled across the floor. Her face, usually a mask of calm, is twisted with something unpleasant. I frown, suddenly uneasy. Whatever Amy's going through, it doesn't look good. As soon as I reach out and touch her arm, that same white light engulfs my vision. Is this a surprise at this point? When it puffs out, I find myself back in Illumia.
This is the inn from Illumia, isn't it?
I look around. Yeah.
Greetings.
It's fake! Fake Leanna! Look at them eyes! I whirl around. Amy is standing at the bar talking to Leanna. I blink. Why does Amy see an illusion of Leanna? The real Leanna flushes.
I don't know.
Amy doesn't seem to even notice our presence. She continues on.
I am aware of the true location of Ember Mist.
I bet that's what it is. My mind starts racing.
Wait. Ember Mist.
A light bulb goes off in my head. This is the day we first met Amy, when she asked to join our group. Leanna nods, looking worried. Why would Amy's trial be something like this?
You're just a kid. You should go back to the academy. It's too dangerous out here for someone your age.
Amelia turns pink. Someone as young as her? Realization washes over me like cold water. Everywhere Amy went, she was treated like a kid. The academy didn't take her seriously. Even us, as a group, are always babying her. Is this Amelia's worst fear, to always be seen as a child?
I think you are mistaken about my age. I am a student studying to be a mage caster. I have received top marks in all of my classes.
The fake Leanna laughs, shaking her head.
Aw, that's adorable. Little Amelia gets top marks. Do you want me to give you a gold star sticker?
Amelia flinches as if the fake Leanna had just struck her. Pain flashes beyond her eyes. I've never seen her look this devastated before.
But it would be a lot of work to protect you. I don't want to be a full-time babysitter while traveling.
Zach frowns as he sees Amy's distress. He shoves Leanna towards her illusion.
Go out there and punch your fake self in the face!
Yes! Tell him, Zach! Yeah, get him!
What?
She stumbles, catching herself, and comes face to face with Amelia. Amelia blinks in surprise.
Why are there two of you?
The real Leanna panics.
You can see me?
Yes.
The fake Leanna gives real Leanna a strange look as if to ask what she's doing there.
Don't listen to this imposter, Amy. You're the one that came out of nowhere. Clearly, you're the imposter.
Amy pauses.
Perhaps this is another trial.
She taps her chin in thought.
There is really only one way to settle this.
Both Leanna stare at her.
How?
Each of you must attempt a flirtatious encounter.
Oh boy. The fake Leanna smirks.
This will be a piece of cake. I refuse!
Leanna crosses her arms. Amelia doesn't even blink. She looks at the real Leanna and nods.
I am certain of who the real Leanna is, and I will no longer believe the lies of the other one.
The white light flashes instantly. It floods the room before fading away. A few seconds later, we find ourselves back at the temple. I kind of wanted to see fake Leanna flirt, not gonna lie. As our vision refocuses, Leanna looks at Amelia.
How did you guess which one was me so quickly?
Kara interrupts before Amy can answer.
Because you're a prude.
Leanna's eyes grow wide and she crosses her arms.
I am not.
Kara snickers. Leanna looks to Zach, who shrugs.
You definitely are.
She looks at me. She quickly looks away. My chest aches again with a fresh wave of pain. My head shaking away these thoughts. Amelia, who is still on the floor, rises to a stand. She rubs the back of her head in thought.
It is most interesting you were all able to join me in the same illusion. Was it the same for the rest of you?
We nod.
I see.
She still looks a bit bothered by what she saw in her illusion, but she crosses her arms.
Perhaps it would be best to keep moving. I believe that was a temple trial we just encountered. We must be close to the heart of the temple.
That's true. Normally, after completing a trial, we'd be sent into the room with the elemental. Well, before I go, I gotta piss, because I Holy shit, I gotta pee.